Okay, let's have a look at my favorite Google app, the Google Drive. All right, so you recently might have noticed that there's a new Google Drive. So let's experience the new Drive. Now, the new Google Drive offers no new things. It just looks prettier. There's a few differences. Makes it a little bit more easier to do a few things, but pretty much the same thing. Incoming used to be the shared with me. That's the only main difference. But let's go back to uh, the old drive so that we can uh, work on stuff that we're used to. There's a lot that can be done in the Google Drive, such as creating lots of folders, keep yourself organized, and you can create all these different apps, document, presentation, spreadsheet, form. You can even connect more. But what I want to focus on today is forms to create tests or quizzes for your students, and it gets graded automatically. So when we get into a form, we can choose one of these things. I like having parties, so let's do birthday balloons. Okay, and let's call this test or quiz. Okay, and let's have a question. It's called what is the capital of Bangkok? And let's say, oh, capital of Thailand. And we can say Bangkok, or we can say, let's say Boston. Okay, and we're done. So we've created a question that's multiple choice. If we're going to grade automatically, it has to be multiple choice. Okay, so if we want to see what it looks like, we go up to View Form, and this is what it looks like. And I take a look at it, and I'm like, oh, I spelled capital wrong, and Thailand's not capitalized, so let's X that out. Let's go back here, and let's say capital, and let's capitalize Thailand. Okay, great. Then we take a look at some other things we can do here. We have all these options. You want to read through these things. Usually that's good, so you make sure they're using their student profile. All right, progress bar not important. At the bottom's kind of nice because you don't want to just say it's been recorded. Say, good job, you are done. Now go start your homework. Okay, show link to another response? No, because I only want to take the test once. Publish and show the results? No way. Allow respondents to edit responses after submitting? No, because it's a quiz or a test. Okay, another important thing up here is accepting responses. This is great for teachers because if you're worried that the kids are going to get the link before the test, if I click this, not accepting responses, it's going to say this is not accepting responses. So when I actually go look at the form, oh, I can't get into the form because it says it's no longer accepting responses. Or let's say that the test is done and you don't want the kids to be able to see the test after it's been taken. You click on that and they can still get into it through their history maybe, but then they won't be able to get there because you've turned this off. Okay, so how am I going to send out this test or quiz to my students? There's a couple of different ways. Let's start off at send form. Now, if I click on send form, I get a link here that I can copy, or I can send out an email to my students if I have all of my students' names. Okay, now that's not the best way to do it because it can be included in the email or not, but then they might email out the link to other people, so we might not want that. You can also send a message that's going to go in the email if you want. I think the best way is going to take the link, so let's copy the link. I can go to my community, let's go to my calculus community, and I can paste the link right in there to be shared with all the students. That's one way to do it. But take a look at this long link. Now they can just click on it, but if the internet's not working or no one can log in, I can take that long link, I can go to something called goo.go, which is a URL shortener. If I paste it in here, I'm going to shorten the URL. Now I have to type in like 116, I think that's right. And look, I have a shortened URL. And don't forget that capitals are going to matter. All right, I can take that and I can write that up on the board simply, and they can type it in themselves. Or I can go to another Google document, I can paste it in here, and I can give more instructions. I can say you have 15 minutes. All right, I can share that with other people, or it can be added to a folder that's shared with the whole class. One quick thing I want to talk about Goo.goal is you don't just have the shortened URL thing. If I go into details, I can find out a lot of other cool things. I can find out how many people clicked on it. I can get a QR code for that link. I can find out what browsers did it, what countries were clicked on it, and what platforms like a Mac or a PC actually clicked on that link. There's something very important that needs to be done before you give out the quiz or test. You're going to need to add in a text item, which is going to be able to allow the students to put in their name so that they can fill it in themselves. Let's move that up there. Let's add another item called their email. So once you've graded it, you can actually email back their score and what they got. Okay, how are we going to receive the answers from our students of the test or quiz? Well, if we go to the response, I can choose a response destination. Now, if I go into my drive, you'll notice that in the folder where my form is, it's just the form. So if I'm going to go to responses and choose a response destination, I can create a new spreadsheet and I can name it anything I want, but I won't. So let's create it and go back to my drive, and you'll see that in the folder it's gonna be populated with the spreadsheet. And there it is. We have the test or quiz responses. And then if we click on it, we're going to notice that it has all of the different questions and a different row for each one. So that's great. Now I can grade it like this, or there's another way to grade it. Now let's actually take this test or quiz a couple of times. Okay, let's go to test or quiz. Let's view the live form. I'm going to type in wrong, and I'm going to type in my email is wesley@tcis.ac.th. I'm going to type in the wrong answer, and I'm going to press submit. Okay, that's the wrong answer. Test or quiz, good job, you're done. Now go start your homework. Excellent, let's X that out. Let's take it again. Okay, let's type in right. And my email is the same. Let's do wesley@tcis.ac.th. And let's do Bangkok so I know it's right. Okay, now, if you're going to have it grade itself, you have to do one correctly. So I like to call it, name is going to be the key. And the email is not important. What's the capital of Thailand? The correct one was Bangkok. Okay, let's submit. Excellent. And it has this ending screen. All right, now let's take a look at the responses. I have my key, a wrong answer, and a right answer. The magic part that's going to make it grade itself is going to be something from insert. You go to insert and you go all the way down. It's not there anymore. It used to be a script, but now it's an add-on. So we're going to get an add-on. And I'm going to type in Flubaroo. Flubaroo! Okay, Flubaroo helps you quickly grade and analyze online assignments and assessments as well as email scores to students. That's the magic thing. It's free. Click it. Okay, and you can follow the online instructions. You're going to want to accept that it's going to do all of this. After you accept it, it's going to pop up here and you're going to say Flubaroo. You can follow the online instructions. Okay? We go to add-ons and I can go to Flubaroo and I can go to grade assignment. Excellent. I grade assignment. Grading step 1. Okay. I don't want to grade these ones because they just identify the student. And I'm going to do 1 point for this question. Let's continue. And what's the one I want to grade it against? I want to use the key. Excellent. We can then continue. Now Flubaroo's grading my assignment. All of a sudden, boom, it's done. Okay, and we can view the grades. Notice that my submissions are still down here, but then the grades are over here, and it grades them out of 100%. And that is just fantastic. Okay, lastly, you want to email your students their results. So I'm going to go back to add-ons, and I'm going to go to Flubaroo. And I can then just go to email grades. And it says it's working down here. We're going to, and the question was email. So that's why it's important to put their email in. So it's the email question, and that's the emails that's going to send back to. So include list of questions and scores. Sure, include the answer key too. Okay, and it's going to say check your test results. Continue, and it's going to email them the grades. Okay, I'm going to go into my email now, and I'm going to see if it emailed me back the results. Okay, and it's over here. Here's your grade for test or quiz responses. How did I do? Well, the guy's that name was right. Well, he got it right, and it gave me that. And the guy that got it wrong, well, it looks like this. So that's super helpful as a teacher giving out tests or quizzes using the Google Drives and Forms. And Flubaroo, don't forget.